Who is better at self-improvement?
So here we got 3 girls. So we need to go into a little bit of context of the girls giving the questions to them, right? They are in Las Vegas, right? They are all highly these girls are wearing above average amounts of makeup. This is excessive makeup. And if you look closely, you can see from like the angles, they have little bumps on their skin, right? She looks like she has good skin. But these two definitely are way too much makeup. Like her eyebrows are like basically like painted on. Hers definitely, like, these look like they may even be tattooed on. So girls who wear like excessive makeup like this are excessively insecure, right? Regular girls know that like you just need to put a little bit of makeup on just to hide your minimal imperfections, right? Just because most girls aren't that ugly, right? But they are just too much right now. And listen to the questions at hand here.
Improvement, men or women?
So the question is, who's better at self-improvement, men or women?
Women.
Self-improvement, definitely women.
So they didn't even think about it, but the black girl stopped and thought about it for a second, and then they said women, okay?
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10s across the board. Oh, period.
12, 10s across the board. She's speaking for everybody.
Period.
Okay, isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the...
So 10 is absolutely saying there is no room for improvement, right? Because what is 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is perfection, right? But the thing is this, he's asking women logical questions. And women are not as logical as men. Women are far more emotional than men. Women do what feels good. That's why women will cheat, even if they're married or doing whatever. That's why women will hide drugs for a man they love, right? Because if they love that guy, even though what they're doing is a crime, they're just going to do what they feel is right at the time. Okay? Ajith is in the chat. He says, how can Pakistani men, Indian, and Arab men look attractive? Right here, dude. Money, muscles, game, frame. Go to the gym. If you're an Indian guy, go to the gym, exercise until you have 15% body fat and you're at least 180 pounds. And then tell me you don't have women checking you out. The gym is a great equalizer for all men. You go to the gym and you get jacked, you're going to get attention from women, period. As long as you go out and talk to them. If you have like an isolated gym cell lifestyle, then yeah, of course you're not going to get talked to women because you're not exposing yourself to women. Women are everywhere, bro. Women are everywhere. You just got to talk to them.
First step towards improvement, admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes. We were perfect. We just said
We
we
said
were
we're
10.
10s.
That doesn't. You didn't say that being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Yes, but that's what it's implied if you just had simple logic skills.
Facts.
Well, what would be perfect then? On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
There is no perfect, really. See, the logic just escapes them. But anyways, let's continue.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
Yes. Yes. 100%.
So then why would you admit that you're a 10, which is perfect?
Because you should feel in your own way that
Yeah,
you are
yeah,
perfect
you
because
should
that's
embrace
confidence.
that, because that's manifesting that you are a 10.
12.
Isn't saying you're a 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Ooh, you got me.
No.
This is a woman you can work with right here because she admitted she was wrong. But again, you'll notice something here. And this is true about life, okay? The less a girl is like super, super, super gorgeous, the more down to earth and relatable she is, unless she's just decided to go off the fucking beaten path and be a troglodyte for life. And she's just like, she's huge, she's fat, she's ugly, and she's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking just say whatever the hell I want to say and live in my own crazy delusional fantasy, right? But when a girl, like, the best kind of girlfriends, in my opinion, are girls that are like in the 6, 7, 8 range, right? Anything more than that, they get drunk on power, right? Because beauty is power and power corrupts. And, you know, a lot of these girls go through life not really having to live with the consequences for their actions. Life is set up like a giant daycare for them that is so fucking easy all the time. Right? So, but she admits she's wrong, but then this one steps in. This chick's dressed like a middle school boy. I don't know what she's wearing, but she cracks me up.
No, that doesn't.
Because I mean, universal scale.
You gotta speak in the microphone.
Is it universal scale? We're talking about like 20, right? Right. So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's funny to watch the rationalization because he says on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you? And then they start changing the rules.
You have accepted the truth.
They change the rules and like, oh, well, on a scale of 1 to, like a universal scale, it's a scale to 20, right? Because this is why men rule the world. This is why men dominate everything that comes to innovation, technology, internet, military warfare, whatever. Men are far more logical creatures. We live and breathe in logic. Women may have logical moments, but they are emotional beings, and they say whatever feels good to them. Period. Okay? And that's why now they're having a good time. They're drinking. They're in Las Vegas. They don't care to have a logical conversation. A guy could be drinking and having a good time in Las Vegas, and you could stop them and be like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna ask you some questions. You gonna answer this?" And they'll answer logically, and they'll be so good at logic that they'll throw in some humor as well. That'll make sense within the logic, and then that makes it even funnier.
But there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
It just means that
The
there's always
room to grow.
I didn't say
And then she doesn't really have her own thoughts. She's just supporting her friend. But this is a huge girl. This girl is like, I mean, look at her arm. Her arm's bigger than mine. And but she's majority. This is majority fat. So she probably by default, submits to this girl, who gets more attention because she's more attractive than her.
they were perfect. We just said we think highly of ourselves.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's
Never,
not a
never
limit.
enough.
There's not a limit.
There's never
There's not a
never
limit.
too much.
You don't. There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I think everybody should think highly
Yes.
of themselves.
You should too.
All the way
Yep.
out in the outer
You
space.
should have the most confidence.
Okay,
in the
high
world.
in the sky.
What is more attractive to you? Somebody that's down to earth and doesn't take themselves too seriously, or somebody who walks around and thinks they're all that?
Oh, I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
also knows how to. Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they a
It's
contradiction?
very possible.
Yeah,
Look,
it
look
is.
at that one. Like, I think highly of myself, and I'm hella goofy and down to earth at the same time. And I'm single, so
But we know that.
And she said she's single too. Hilarious.